Alright, what is up YouTube? Today I'm riding the 2023 Suzuki GSX-S1000. This is one of the naked bikes from Suzuki, and this is their 1000cc naked bike. Test the brakes here. Speaking of brakes, this bike does have Brembo brakes on the front and ABS. So a ton of braking power here. Wow. Now this bike does have a fairly low sitting seat. I can flat foot on both sides. I'm 5'11". Here we go, taking off from a stop. Let out the clutch a little bit. This bike should have the clutch assist system, so it should help you with letting out the clutch and taking off from a stop. And it does feel pretty easy. You just have to let out the clutch a little bit and the bike is already moving. And sometimes bikes with a lot of torque will just do that. They'll just start moving when you let out the clutch, and you don't really have to give it a ton of gas or any gas. Now this throttle is very touchy, but remember we are in active mode, which is going to be the most aggressive and sporty. So the throttle is pretty responsive. You barely have to give it any throttle and it'll rev up really quick. The seating position is fairly comfortable actually. I am sitting a little bit pitched forward, so mostly straight up but pitched forward a little bit, and my arms are outstretched, but I feel like I still have room to relax my arms a little bit. At low speeds the bike is very smooth. And actually the throttle response is not too bad on and off the throttle, so you can actually be pretty smooth with it, surprisingly. But when you actually get into the throttle, it's very willing to give you all the power at once. And so just a quick crack of the throttle there and you're gone. It does feel fairly flickable, not as flickable as some of the smaller sportier bikes. This bike weighs around 475 pounds, so that's a good amount of weight. A lot of these naked bikes are heavier than their sport bike counterparts. Revs up so quickly, but yeah, you can be very smooth taking off from a stop. Barely takes any effort. The guy at the dealership actually told me not to use the clutch when shifting and just use a quick shifter. So it does have a quick shifter up and down. Yeah, so far even in sport / active mode, this bike is very easy to ride. It's not crazy at low speeds. The Kawasaki Z900 was a little bit harder to manage at low speeds. This is a little bit smoother and easier. There's some suspension dive in the front when we get on the brakes pretty hard. This bike does have a nice, it looks like an LCD screen here. It's not very bright though. We're in pretty direct sunlight. It's kind of hard to see everything. It's not as lit up as I would like. I don't know if you can adjust that or not, but it's got a ton of information. It tells you what speed you're going, obviously, what gear you're in, and traction control, what mode you're in, a few other things, range for MPGs. So pretty informative, but it's just a little hard to see during the day. I wish they would have made it a little bit brighter. I do like the quick shifter, just being on the gas and just shifting up and down. It's just really nice. So once you take off from a stop, you really don't have to use the clutch ever again until you stop again, and then pull in the clutch. And down is instant. It does like to fight you a little bit on the down, but it is still pretty smooth. You have to give it a little bit more pressure. Going up, it just seems like it wants to quick shift up, no problem. All right, let's take this corner here. Feels good. It's got some good power. I keep using the clutch. I don't know, I'm used to using the clutch all the time. And the power seems like it's everywhere in the RPM range. I'm trying to read the display here and it's hard to see, but I'm only at 3,500 RPMs and it revs up to about 10,000, maybe 11,000 RPM. So we're only at 3,500 RPM, and you roll on the throttle and you get a ton of power still. So you really feel that torque pull. So quick shifter down. Oh yeah, that's nice. I like the quick shifter down. That's awesome. At a stop though, the bike feels really light. Like it feels like a light sport bike. So let's go up to 6th gear. Now there are a good amount of vibrations in the handlebars. I feel like the Z900 from Kawasaki was a little bit smoother than this. And so I'm in 6th gear at 3,500 RPM, and I do feel the vibrations quite a bit. I feel like my hands would be tingling. I don't know if any bike out there is as smooth as Silk. I think there are quite a bit of vibrations for being a 4-cylinder bike. So even in 6th gear at 3,200 RPM, I can roll on the throttle and it just gives me the power. Now, along with the seating position discussion, my knees are against the tank here and my feet are slightly back, so it does give me the same position or similar position as SV650 that I rode yesterday, and it gives me the same position as the Indian FTR 1200 if you've ridden that bike. I think the Z900 is pretty close, but yeah, your feet are back from you and your foot controls are back. I don't feel a ton of wind blasts, but we are also not going very fast. We'll see on the freeway. Downshift. I'm not letting off the throttle either. I'm holding the throttle and just downshifting without the clutch. So let's go around this corner here. Yeah, it feels good leaning it over. It just feels so easy to lean over. I want to rev this bike out. Oh yeah, that's insane. This bike has 150 horsepower, so quite a bit of horsepower for this naked bike. And a lot of engine braking as well. When you let off the throttle, it brakes quite a bit. So we're in 4th gear now at 5,500 RPM. And yeah, I mean, there's a lot of vibrations in the handlebars. I noticed some vibrations in the seat too on that hard acceleration run I just did. Yeah, there is quite a bit of wind blast at higher speeds here. We're only doing 70. There's a good amount of wind on my chest and on my helmet here. I don't feel like the bike is moving around at all. I feel like it's just my body that's resisting the wind here. I'm gonna take it around this corner. It's very easy to lean over. Feels nice and planted through the corner here. And then I can get back up to normal riding position very easily. It sounds pretty good at higher RPMs. I like the sound it makes. I think Gixxers have a specific sound they make in the higher RPM. It's like an intake noise. It sounds really good. I like the quick shifter because you can really downshift super quick, like it's in the name, and then get to the power, although there is power almost everywhere in this power band. But you get to the extreme power easier. Yeah, it's just fun cracking the throttle on this thing because it has so much acceleration pull. My hands are starting to vibrate a little bit from the vibrations, so it's definitely not as smooth as the Kawasaki Z900. I feel like the Indian FTR was even smoother than this as well, and that was a parallel twin or V-twin, but very easy to ride. I'm not even going to try the other modes. I don't really care too much. They're just going to be a little less peppy than this one, but very easy to ride at low speeds. It's very well mannered. I like that they made it easy to ride even in sport mode. Very smooth still. I like the seating position. I like how it's aggressive but comfortable at the same time. I like the way the bike feels beneath me, and it handles really well. The only thing I don't like so far, there's a few things I don't like. I don't like the LCD screen. It's just not bright enough for the daytime. I would like brighter. I can't really see. There's so much information on here, and it's just not bright enough to see everything where I want to see it. The other thing is the vibrations. There's a lot of vibrations on this bike when you get into the higher RPM. Even lower RPM, it likes to vibrate quite a bit. I feel like there's smoother bikes out there. Brakes feel good. They're not, I mean, they're not touchy, but you don't have to give it much input and they start slowing down. They are Brembo brakes with ABS. I like that this bike has traction control and different ride modes and everything. That's always nice. And it does have quite a bit of horsepower, 150 horsepower. That's a lot. That's going to be even quite a bit more than the Z900. And probably around the Indian FTR status of power there. I really like the quickshifter. I'm really glad they put a quickshifter on this bike. I think it's really fitting for this bike. The price comes in around $11,299. You know, it is up there in price, but I guess most of the bikes are going up in price anyway. Compared to the Z900, it's a little bit more pricey, but you get a little bit more for your money, I think, out of this bike. And then the KTM Super Duke 1290, I mean, that's just, I think that's in a little bit higher of a league than this bike, so I don't really want to compare. I like the bike. There's a few things I don't like, so it's not perfect for me, but definitely a fun ride. And you can see how easy it is to just maneuver at low speeds here. Barely need to use any gas, just clutch it, and it just wants to roll. Right now it's just rolling. I'm not even giving it any gas. It's keeping up with this Hayabusa here. I actually have to put on the brakes.